Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Let's Talk Special Economic Zones. I'm your host, Ainsley Brown. Today's episode, we're going to talk about governance as a service. Now, I must tell you, this is something I'm really passionate about. And this, in essence, is, to my mind anyway, what special economic zones are all about and how special economic zones can differentiate themselves. Now, no matter what you call them, free zones, enterprise zones, foreign trade zones, export processing zone, industrial parks, doesn't matter. Zones typically have similar fiscal incentives. Customs duty, no customs duty or reduced customs duty on products that go into the zone, some sort of corporate income tax, reduced corporate income tax, or no corporate income tax. The differentiator is what exactly, but the package, generally speaking, is the same. There are few that do offer financial incentives for those that qualify. And also, there are others based on their geographic location, either within a country or within a region, that then further differentiate themselves. And also, I must make a distinction between a zone regime and a specific zone. And generally speaking, I'm referring to a zone regime. And in some countries, there are more than one regime operating. Also, we have to make sure that we cover that for full transparency. But governance as a service, this is essentially what you're selling, or a zone regime is selling. And grounded in that is accountability and transparency, the all the buzzwords, especially you would have heard of environment, social, and governance frameworks and funds and investments. These are terms that are on the tip of the tongue these days. However, if you really want to differentiate your zone, and you can see it in terms of the most successful zones, that they are actually selling governance as a service. That is to say, they've packaged what they are, what they do, who they are, and basically that's what they're selling to attract investors. They are selling the fact that your investment is safe. There's a good business environment, and your money and your investment is safe to come and invest in that regime. The government will facilitate you as best as possible within an overall framework, and that framework is known beforehand. So there's commercial certainty. That's something that businesses, particularly ones that transact internationally, crave, because you're leaving your jurisdiction and going into another jurisdiction, and you want to see or have commercial certainty. Everybody knows and understands that laws evolve and change over time, but basic fundamental principles endure. And this is what is being packaged and sold as governance as a service. How it will impact how a company structures itself to enter the market, how it enters the market. Whether it's they come in and invest from a greenfield investment, a brownfield, or do some sort of acquisition, whether it's through the country's stock market or just a straight transaction between itself and another company to acquire the company in full or in part. And the laws, the policies, the regulations, that's that overall governance framework. What does that say? What does that look like? And the zones that are the most successful actually take that, package that, and put that out there. And sometimes it may not come across as that's what they're selling, but in fact, that is what they're selling, because investors must have that confidence. If they don't have that confidence, either they won't invest, or if they do invest, it comes with that hesitation and a lot of strings, or or their investment isn't as impactful immediately because they're watching and seeing, because they're not so sure, and they factor that in which impacts the price of capital for them, whether it's even their own capital that they're using. Because now certain risk mitigating measures will have to be put in place. But if you're confident in the governance of a regime, SEZ regime, then the price of capital goes down, right? Whether you're borrowing it or using it from internal resources. So if you like this episode, please like, share, comment, leave a comment down below. Happy to interact with you guys. And if you have any suggestions for future episodes, just leave a comment down below and I'll get right back to you.